Hey, what's up, guys? How are we doing? Paris Supercross. Wow, was that crazy or what? So much went on. Such a great race, and that's kind of the last big one before Anaheim. 8 weeks till Anaheim. Anyway, so thanks for coming to the channel. All of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The channel's still growing rapidly. If you haven't subscribed, just hit that subscribe button. It helps the algorithm for getting videos out and getting sponsors and all the different stuff that we do. With that said, also check out EBC Brakes. EBC Brakes has come on board with the podcast. Go over, check out EBC Brakes on Instagram. Let them know you're supporters of the Cooksey podcast, and if you need brakes for your car, truck, bike, whatever you need. If you need to stop or you need a clutch, hit up EBC. And if you guys, the weather changing, if you're feeling a little down, hit up Steel City Men's Clinic. They can run your blood work, get you taken care of. They got lots of immune boosters and stuff to get you feeling well. So hit up Steel City Men's Clinic. And then, all right, let's get into this thing, guys.
I'm in the empire business.
Everybody love everybody!
You all know exactly who I am.
Wow, I got to start off with my boy Chris Blose. This was heartbreaking. So let me wrap this up for you guys. So on Friday, or the first night, Friday, Saturday, whatever you want to call it, the first night, 1-1-1 in dominating fashion. I mean, he had a giant lead on everybody else. Looks like he's going to cruise to his first Prince of Bercy. First moto, goes down, charges up, rides like a maniac, comes all the way back to fifth. So, oh, well, that was his one scare. He's good to go, right? Doesn't ride so well in the second one, but he's still got a giant lead heading into the third one. And only something disastrous would cause him not to win this. And yes, that's exactly what happened. Man, racing, it's like my ex-wife. Most of the time they're awesome, but you make one little mistake and you pay for it so dearly, so dearly. And that's something Chris is going to have to evaluate in this offseason. He has been contemplating retirement, but it's just, he had that one little mistake in the whoop-de-doos, and it cost him Prince of Bercy. He still got third, and he won one night. Amazing result. Nothing to hang his head out. He rode his ass off. He's getting better with age. But when you have to look at whether you want to continue doing this as a profession, it's so good until it's not. And he needs to ask himself, does he want to stay home and do suspension? Or is it worth it to go do these races and possibly break himself off? Because he knows that. I mean, you make one little mistake, and like talking to my ex-wife, you're dealing with it for 3 to 6 months while you work out of it. So that's what, the rehab and the stuff that you have to go through after an injury is brutal. And the fans see you on race day. They see you, they go, oh, okay, he's okay. They don't understand. A lot of times afterward, you got to go back. You got to see 2 different doctors. You got to get a surgery. Then you got to go through a rehab. Then you got to go through a holiday season. You have to have little things like he's got kids. What if the kids want to play and, dad can't because he's in a sling? Those things matter at a certain point in your life, and it gets a little bit frustrating, and you have to decide what's more important. Not necessarily what's more important, but what do I want it enough to risk that? And that's what you have to weigh out when deciding whether to hang it up or not. Personally, I'm selfish. I think Chris Blose is getting better every single year. I want him to keep racing because I like watching him race. But I'm not the one that has to go home and make those heavy decisions with his family, with his future. Like I said, I didn't put up with it. I got a divorce. So if he wants to divorce racing or retire, go for it. Move on to something. Find another outlet that's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit less stable, that doesn't make you pay for mistakes, which hopefully that's what my next marriage will be. Yeah, kind of hard on the ex-wife today. I don't know why. But anyway, and it's funny how this sport, it's so quick. Matt Moss went from 4 years off due to a drug suspension. I honestly thought we'd never hear from Matt or Jake Moss ever again. And Jake is still retired, but Matt came out of retirement on a 250. And it took him a little while. He did the 2 World Supercross rounds, looked okay, but nothing spectacular. He looked like a guy who's been out of it for 4 years from a drug suspension, which he did his time. And I hear people talk about, somebody as a drug cheat or whatever they did. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. And especially if you did your time and came back, that's the punishment. I'm not going to hold that against him. So I want to cheer for Matt Moss as an older guy, as a guy who went 1-1-1 and got himself a Prince of Bercy trophy. Like, that's pretty badass to come back and do the things he did. But it's crazy how this sport can change so quickly. But, you know, hey, good for Chris. I heard he's okay. He's a durable athlete. And if you want to be a durable athlete, hit up Complete Racing Solutions. Coach Rob builds durable athletes. That's what Coach does. Coach makes you in better shape. He monitors all your scientific stuff, and he makes sure you are good to go. And if you want to, actually, in Epic Garage Designs, guys, I'm going to be doing some videos over there. I've taken over their YouTube. We're doing a giveaway for Epic Tracks. The motocross Epic Tracks that you put your bike on, look awesome. We're going to give one away. All you have to do to register is head over to Epic Garage Designs, their own YouTube page, like or subscribe, and then go to the video where I interview the owner, Travis, and just make a comment. Any comment, I don't care what you say, you will be entered. Every comment, that's where we're going to get your entries for the list. So, and then we're going to decide from there who gets it, and we're going to do it completely random, but we're going to give away Epic Tracks November, probably December, and probably January. But for sure November, that's how you enter. Ken Roczen. Oh man, guys, we're dealing with a different Ken Roczen right now. This looks like the Ken Roczen like before his arm injury. He looks fast. He looks feisty. He looks like he's riding with some purpose. He's not just going through the motions. He's confident. I mean, I've never seen him attack like he has. To catch and pass Tomac, I mean, I know it's only an off-season race. And yes, it wasn't super important to Tomac, but that doesn't mean in the heat of the moment these guys don't just go for it. I think Tomac was going all out, but it'll be a different story next year. But Roczen will be better next year too. Roczen needed this. Tomac knows he's good. He knows he's going to be a title threat next year. I don't think Roczen did. I think his confidence was down. I don't think he knew he was an elite guy anymore. He does now. This offseason has literally rebuilt him. Now he's going to go back, pick his bike, which I believe will be the Yamaha, do his own program. God, I've heard, and some guys are mentioning Suzuki. Please don't go Suzuki. Not that I don't like Suzuki. For 99.9% of the riders, for myself and everyone else, Suzukis are perfect. But when you're riding that fine edge like these guys are, and you're at the highest level, I mean, they're aliens, guys. They're essentially aliens. But that Suzuki is outdated. It's outdated for what Ken Roczen needs. So I hope he doesn't go there. If he does go there, I would just call that his retirement. Because I don't think we'll ever see him again if that's the case. He's too old to spend 2 years at Suzuki sucking and then build himself back up again. He just got built up that confidence, built up, get on a Yamaha, get on a Kawasaki, get on something he feels comfortable with, which I think is going to be the Yamaha. When Tomac got aggressive with him, and I think it pissed Ken off when he got cross-jumped there. I don't think Tomac did it out of malicious. I just don't think he knew Roczen was right there. I don't think Tomac, especially in an off-season race that doesn't mean much, would do something like that. He's never been that guy. But I think it fired up Roczen, and then Roczen came and stuffed him in the next turn. It wasn't dirty. It was clean racing, but that's the type of racing Ken hasn't really done. He hasn't fought hard like that in a while. And, I mean, it's crazy that he looks so comfortable on a non-HRC Honda. The HRC Honda, he looked garbage. The thing was just, he was borderline scared of that thing. And now he gets to build his own bike and builds it the way he wants. And damn, he looks good on that thing. And if I'm Tomac and these guys, I'm going, oh shit, if he gets to do this and gets comfortable on a bike, Ken's good. I think they all forgot how good he really is and how talented he really is. And speaking of bikes, I'll tell you who's not going to have a good holiday season, the KTM engineers, because whatever they did with that new bike didn't fix the problem. Doesn't work good. It just doesn't. Marvin and Webb are better than what they showed. I mean, Brayton, who's halfway into retirement, smoked them. Like, that's not something that should happen to factory KTM riders prepping for Supercross. A guy who's not even racing Supercross. Yes, we can all admit Brayton is excellent at off-season races, but he should not be handling Marvin and Webb like that. That's unacceptable. And the good thing about it is they do have 8 weeks to correct course. If they can get that bike working before Anaheim, it won't be a complete disaster come Anaheim, but as of right now, they are looking at an extremely frustrating 2023 season if they can't figure this out. So anyway, guys, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support. Let me know what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video. What do you think of my opinions? Do you think, literally right now, I'm saying Ken Roczen. If you know, Coach Johnny and I are going to do we do preview shows. If we do our preview show, if we did it right now, today, obviously I'm just done watching the races not too long ago, I'm going with Ken Roczen as my favorite to win the championship. I need to see what bike he ends up on. If he picks a Suzuki, I definitely won't pick him. But if he's on that Yamaha at a Club MX doing the things that I think he's going to do, I think he's going to be your Supercross champion, guys. He's that good, and he's got that fire. But it's racing. It's a cruel mistress, like Chris Blose figured out. Everything can be going good until it's not. All right, guys, I'll catch you later.